Hello everybody, in this video I'll tell you why you need to solve these Merlin trials in Hogwarts Legacy and how to solve them. First things first, why? Well, there is a lot of loot in Hogwarts Legacy, a lot of gear items. You need that loot in order to have the best gear available for your current level. But the problem is that you have only 20 slots in your gear inventory when you start the game. This will become an issue in the very early game, and because you're gonna start to get more and more gear, but you won't have enough space. The free tip that I can give you is always sell your gear between the quests. Go in Hogsmeade and sell it. You'll get the galleons, the money, but you'll keep the appearance of that piece of gear. That means that you can make any piece of gear that you have of the same type, of course. You can make it look as the one that you just unlocked, even if you sold it. You don't have to keep them in your inventory, they just take out space. Now, let's get back to the issue. The worst thing that can happen is to find some gear in a chest or somewhere and not have enough space in your inventory to get it. In that case, I'm guessing you got two options. First is to destroy some of the gear that you already have in your inventory to make place for the one that you just found, or the second option, leave it in the chest and come back later for it. Both of these options are bad because for the first option, if you destroy the gear, you just lost the money on that piece of equipment, and trust me, you will need all the galleons that you get in this game, all of them. At least until level 20 something, you're gonna need them, even later game. For the second option, if you leave it in the chest, it's also bad because the loot that is spawning in that chest when you open it, it's related to is based on your current level when you open it. That means that you got a lot of chances early game of being better than what you already have equipped. So you lose the advantage of having a better protection or better attack power. Also, can you be sure that you can return in that area where you found the chest? Where you left the loot behind? Because in some places you cannot go back. I think that it's better not to waste your time returning to a place you already visited in the game, especially because the enemy respawn and there's so much to explore in this game. You'll just do better to visit a new place. Don't return for your gear. Now, let me tell you how to address this inventory with the issue. The only way to increase your inventory space is by completing these Merlin trials. Maybe you've noticed that in your challenge menu, the exploration tab is not available in the beginning of the game. You cannot access it. These Merlin trials are located in that tab. In order to unlock these trials, you have to advance the story in the beginning of the game, the first few hours. After what you beat the crap out of that first troll in Hogsmeade, and you complete your first trial, you'll receive an owl from Natty with a quest. Actually, it's a request to meet her in Lower Hogsfield, yeah, and talk with her. You gotta drop everything you're doing and go in there. Immediately after the cutscene, when you talk with her, you'll hear some screams, and a quest named Help the Stranger will pop up in the left of your screen, just above the map. Go there, you gotta kick some ass in their butt, and after that you gotta talk with your researcher, her name is Nora. Exhaust the dialogue, get the leaves from her chest, he'll give it to you, and then you gotta cast Incendio at those braziers that are next to the trial place. And now Congratulations, you just completed your first Merlin trial. You'll see that if you go into the menu, in your challenge tab, your exploration tab is now available. Get in there. You're gonna see that you have to do a lot of these trials in order to have more space. But now at least it's unlocked. After that, all you have to do, open the map, look for the leaf icons that are already uncovered or already visible on the map, pay them a visit. You should have a few unlocked already. Further in the game, once you unlock your broom, it will become much easier to find these locations, since you can cover a lot of distance with the broom very fast. And when you're in the broom and you cast Revelio, that covers an insane surface. Okay, it's not like when you're on foot. It's insane. And it's marking everything on your map. Now, let's talk about these Merlin trials. There are 7 types. I will begin with those that you can do an early game and finish with one that you can do late game. You only can do in the late game, actually. This way, when you see them in game, you will recognize the type of puzzle and you know if you want to use your leaves or not, if you gotta move on, because if you don't have the spell that is required, there is no use in opening them. You'll just lose your leaves. Of course, you can buy them or grow them after you get to the room of requirement, but the idea is to have as much inventory space as early as possible. The first type of trial, it's an easy one. You have to bring some fireflies to the stones, to some stones in there, 3 of them. This one only requires lumos. Just find the fireflies, cast lumos, they'll follow you, walk to those stones, done. The second type is to destroy some balls that are sitting on some pillars. There are sets of 3 pillars that have these balls on top of them. As for the number of sets, that depends. Early on there are 3, I found 5, maybe 6 if I'm not mistaken. You can use the simple wand attack on these balls. You don't need any fancy magic, so it's an easy one. The first time, also easy, is climbing and jumping on rocks. You don't need magic for it. After what, you can unlock your broom. You can actually unlock the trial, get on your broom, fly above them, descend, touch them. That will count. I don't know if this is going to be fixed or not in the further update, but for now it works. The 4th type is lighting the braziers, like the one in your first trial. Some are simple because the braziers are close by. You can run, use your incendio on them. Maybe they're not so high off the ground, you can light them up. But further in game, you'll have to use a spell that is called Confringa, and you can get them from the distance. You gotta identify the size, begin with the tallest pillar, continue towards the smallest, and you'll just unlock them. The 5th type, you have to put a big ball in a hole. Both of them are relatively close. Just cast a Revelio. Sometimes the ball is closest and sometimes it's the hole. My advice, look with the Revelio on them, you'll see them. For the ball, you'll need Accio for the simple ones and the Pulsar for the other ones, more complex. 6th type, destroy some big rocks. Monolithic type, you'll need Confringo for this. If you don't have it, just leave them. The 7th type is the last one. You'll have 3 pillars with some cubes on tops with markings on them. You gotta use flip pen on them, flip the upper cube until it matches the hieroglyphs on the column below. That will be all. Go out there, explore, get all the loot that you can get. Don't forget to enjoy yourselves. Have a nice day.